I'm so sorry it's so dark. This is kind of scaring me. Hey guys, it's Lauren. Right off the bat, these are all of my socials and you should go follow them if you don't already. Sorry I've been kind of slow with the YouTube videos. August was such a crazy month, but thankfully I'm a college graduate, so the rest of my life will be an endless summer. There is no school I ever need to go back to, and that's great for both of us. So for today's video, I wanted to throw it back to my roots, and I don't mean like my YouTube roots. I'm talking about my After Effects editing roots. Let me fill you in on some Lauren lore if you're unaware. Before I started posting on YouTube in like 2019 and 2020, I was a Riverdale editor on Instagram for like 2 or 3 years. Now I think the last time I edited Riverdale was in 2019.
No, this pissed me off. Why am I trying to rewrite history? Is there some alternate universe where that's true? The last Riverdale edit I ever posted was January of 2021. 2021! Like, was I really trying to sit here and convince you guys I did not edit Riverdale throughout COVID?
So for today's video, I thought it'd be a fun idea if I edited Riverdale again in the big 2025, but not just Riverdale generally. Today we will specifically be editing Bughead as the self-proclaimed Bughead warrior. The audio I'll be using is actually a song that I've literally wanted to make a Bughead edit to since I started editing Riverdale, I swear. Even since I started YouTube, I'm like, I'm gonna do a video editing Riverdale and it has to be this audio. Without further ado, it is Line Without a Hook, specifically the ending part of the song where it's like,
she's a lady, and I am just a line without a...
oh baby, I am a wreck when I'm... Short ad break brought to you by Lauren.
Did you know you could design your own debit card with Cash App? With Cash App's card personalization, you can choose from a ton of different patterns and colors, add your favorite stamps and doodles. You can even personalize it with an inside joke between you and a friend to make it super unique to you. But that's not the only thing that makes this card so awesome. Because guess what? You can get savings on things you're already buying. And if you're the type that loves concerts like me, I literally have 5 concerts coming up. Your Cash App card gets you early access to tickets for huge artists like Kendrick Lamar, SZA, and my personal favorite, Sabrina Carpenter. As you can tell, I went pretty overboard with the Sabrina stickers on my card.
And I can spend as much as I want on treats like boba.
And my favorite K-pop albums.
You also don't need to worry about any random monthly charges or minimum balance requirements on the card. So why settle for a boring plain card when you can make one unique to you? So if you're over 18, just download Cash App, and after you sign up, use the code CASH10 in your profile, and you'll get $10 sent right to your account after you send $5 or more to a friend within 14 days. And don't worry, if you're between the ages of 13 and 17, you can actually request a sponsored account from a parent or guardian and then use CASH10 once you sign up. You'll still get $10 dropped right into your account when you order and activate your new Cash App card, and send that $5 or more to a friend within the first 2 weeks. Terms apply. So take control of your money today with Cash App.
I never thought I'd be saying I'm editing Riverdale in 2025, but enough said, let's get into the video. All right, let's get into it. Oh, I hit my nose. By the way, it's almost midnight. Okay, so the prep I've already done for the base, other than cutting the clips, is I've added my Twixtor and then also my brightness and contrast flashes because those are very redundant. The parallels and transitions. That was my shit when I was a Bughead editor. Like, finding 2 clips where they're in a similar position and then having them like fade into each other. Wait, this one's kind of goated. So let's get started on the intro. I have a vision for this and I have clips from them from season 1 when they were like fetus Bughead. So I'm just gonna do fast zoom outs and then it'll keep zooming out with like text, but we're not gonna head on over to scale and transform. Oh no. When I was the Bughead editor, I was team blur mo curves. I feel like it works decently well with this like ship editing style. I want to do this now and worry about text later, so I'm just gonna make these pre-comps. So I would bring Z-dis to like, I don't remember, was it like 0.6? I'll do 0.6 and we'll see. And then bring it to the end, bring it back to 1. And I'm pretty sure I did value graph for the blur mo curves. I'm a mid graph warrior, so I'm always just like doing the exact same speed graph, but let's switch over to value and just like bring it all to the left, make it super quick. That's the BMC I know and love. And then what we're gonna do, I want like a, what is it called? Overshoot effect. What I love about blur mo curves though is I don't need to be adding null layers. You can just add the effect again and keep adding your animations. Oh, but this is something I do hate about blur mo curves. The motion tile mirror edges, they literally suck. Like you might be thinking, oh Lauren, they look fine right now.
No.
Because they glitch hella. I haven't used it in such a long time that maybe this is a problem that's fixed. Maybe it had to do with my Sapphire version, After Effects version, my computer, I don't know, I don't care. Okay, for that overshoot effect, we just, I guess it's undershoot. Jesus, okay, that was good, but it just did not pull forward nearly enough. I used to be so conservative with my values. Not political with my blur mo curves values. Like, she's oh my god, guys, I'm overthinking this, and this is the first clip of many, actually, because another trademark of my bughead edits was that they were 7 hours long, so I'm trying to make this decently long. It's almost 30 seconds. And then we're just gonna copy this, and then we'll paste. Okay, I guess that's fine. I hate the mirror edges, but it's okay. I know we're gonna add like a black solid fade anyway. I'm gonna copy and paste these keyframes real quick on the next two. Okay, and I just can't watch this again without the black solid fade layers, so I'm gonna get that out of the way now. I still don't even know the exact direction of this edit. I want to incorporate some of my current modern style into it, but it would need to be in bits and pieces at very select moments. And I'm not crazy for hating these mirror edges. What is that? Like, but see, it's so fucky. Anyway, like, smooth like butter. Okay, next clip. This will be coming from the right, back to center. I hate those mirror edges. I'm stuck on what transition I could use after, though. We're gonna skip over this for now, because this is what I'm really excited about, this transition. It's from the first time they said I love you to each other to their first kiss. It's not the most seamless transition by any means, but he was really going in for this kiss so quick. Like, oh, here's what we're gonna do. Keyframes for rotate, Shift X and Y and Z disc. We want his head here to be in the same position that his head is here. Zoom it in, move it to the left, and then rotate it a fair bit. I'm not sold, but we'll see. No, not really. Oh, I have an idea that could potentially save this. Rotate it like this and then shift it like that. I am no longer a seasoned pro in picking out the best bughead transition clips. To be fair, I've been out of season for 6 years at this point. I do remember having a lot of one-sided beef though with Riverdale editors who would use my transition ideas like with the specific clips and just not give credit. It's like, girl, I know you saw it though. That looked like shit. You know what is really good at saving shitty transitions like this? Number one, a little solid layer action, but not as opaque because like we still need to see the clips. But number two, and more importantly, is a little S shake action. This is something I still use. I ride for S shake, 2 for now, and then back to 0. It's probably way too long as well. It's just simply not the best parallel, but it'll do. We have made some vast improvements in a short amount of time. So to the first couple of clips, I decided to add this vignette effect to like focus in on them, and I think it is both lovely and cinematic. And then here I have the vignette like opening, and if you see those flashes, they match up to the beat. They look good if you hear the audio. For this part, I just decided on some zoom outs, but I added a vertical shake. Even back when I edited Riverdale, I would always do shakes with transform rather than blur mo curves. Still do it like this now. Okay, now let's get started into like the meat of the edit, and I know exactly what I'm gonna do for this. Ink, paint, overlay sort of thing. I did re-download all the old overlays I used to use, so like ink, paper, pink hearts. I'm gonna take this one, duplicate it, add the effect flip and flop, so it is now up there. We'll have one clip bottom left, one clip top right, lighten. I'm not looking up a tutorial for this shit. You click on the clip that you want in the ink blot and you set the track mat to the ink overlay, and then you literally just press these 2 buttons. I know I was confused because these buttons are a new-ish, relatively new After Effects update, so sue me, I was not using that in 2019. But we got it, and then we'll do the same thing for this clip. Let's get this properly in frame. This is questionable, but you know what? It's fine, right? Yes.
Yes!
I like to work like jumping from different places, but for this specifically, to figure out how the ink blots are gonna be moving, I need to figure out how this clip is moving, but to figure out how this clip is moving, I need to figure out how I'm segueing out of this clip. And I am not committed to finding a solution to this right now. Let's work on making this transition seamless. So when it zooms, we want her head in the same position as her head in this clip. And it's almost there, actually. The fucking borders, bro. All right, I added all my value graphs. Let's take a look. We definitely need some movement on the second clip though. I'll have it zoom in only a tiny amount. I like it. Bughead Fandom Revival 2025. Except I might be more Team Veronica now. Since I'm jumping around, I have been itching to edit these clips. This scene did change my life. This was when I started watching like Riverdale live. I started watching live during the last couple episodes of season 1, but like you could not tell me shit during this era. Like you could not tell me shit that would make me upset. Like I just got my Bughead meal and you think anything that you could say would ruin my mood? Nah. But anyway, I wouldn't trade those memories for the world. When I would tune in every Tuesday and they were talking about fucking Jingle Jangle or something, I still defended it, all of it. Okay, I'm gonna pre-comp this. I prefer to roto on full quality. Biggest blessing to any new After Effects update is how much better the rotoscoping is. What I want to do with this, duplicate, remove the roto mask, and then have the background fade in. I can pull a bit from my current style. I'm gonna duplicate the mask and I'm gonna try out a few things first. Let me just try out S-Glow. This is a contender, but let me also try out S-Rays. Increase the brightness. This one is really giving Lauren 2019 realness, the edge rays. So this might be what I go with. I think that's kind of beautiful. Obviously with more like keyframe animations and stuff, we'll work on that. Okay, I'm back the next day, guys. Okay, let's talk about what I've done since we've last chatted. I forgot that I was a warp warrior during this era, mainly with fisheye warps, but other warps too, so I added some of that here. Oh, and if you're confused about this little hook thing, don't worry, I am too. The song is called Line Without a Hook, and that's what the lyric says, so I feel like I could do some cool animation with this like hook coming in as it does the rotation, but like this is still very much a work in progress and I might just scrap it. I added some more rotation keyframes for flow. Oh, I added my hearts overlay right here. Let me change the hue of one of these to like a purple or blue. I have this clip prepped for this like paper tear transition I'm gonna do. Here's a little text thing I did. It's kind of really choppy, but I think the clip is gonna be in motion, so it won't matter. I also did some rotoscoping here. I'm gonna have it do like a left null slide. Wow, I'm just spoiling this whole edit. This transition is complete, but like I said, I was a warp warrior, and one of my favorite warps was a squeeze warp. And I really never use this anymore because for some reason in my mind, I've trained myself to be like, oh, this is childish. Even though it's really not, it's literally just a warp. But I remember this warp because I know it looks really good with like a slide down vertical shake, which is what's happening here. Okay, now I'm gonna pre-comp all of these. I already know what transition I'm gonna do. It's gonna be a rotation Z-dist zoom out. Well, Z-dist implies that it's a zoom out, so now I sound stupid. Gonna rotate to the left. Okay, and like I said, warp warrior over here. We're gonna do some fisheye warp with this rotation zoom out. That was something I always loved to do. All right, we can pre-compose these because I know what I'm gonna do. So obviously it'll be coming out of the zoom and the rotation. Ooh, okay. See, that flows pretty nicely. Let me pre-compose again, and we're actually gonna enable 3D on this clip. We're gonna do a little flip. So scale, and then we're gonna zoom out so you can actually see this like grid. I forget how I used to keyframe it though. Was it mid-graph? Probably not. Wait, I'm forgetting such an integral part. I used to add this little like black or white borders around it. I would just take a solid and go like this, and then invert. Oh my god, it's so nostalgic. I don't know if I should add like a concave warp before I flip it. Yeah, it's subtle, that's fine. Okay, now let's do our flip transition. We're gonna do a Y rotation, then we'll do some overshoot. Hell yeah. Ooh, wait, I feel like I know what to do here as well. Not like a vignette, but like duplicate top layer ellipse tool like this. And then we're gonna feather it heavy. Bottom layer, we're gonna add lens blur. And then we'll mess with the mask expansion keyframe. So it's not always gonna be blurred. Does that look good? I don't, well, it kind of looks like there's light leaks.
Oh, I should use light leaks.
Okay, I wrote that down in my notes. Use light leaks. Okay, I think I'm satisfied enough. Okay, I also know what I'm doing here. Wow, I'm a great planner. We are gonna roto this clip. This clip is phenomenal quality, wow. We are gonna have this slide in from the left. We'll have that come in quick. And then a method that I still use now but started dabbling with during this era is the color trail mask. All you have to do is duplicate and then push it a frame back or a frame forward, whatever you want to do, and then just add the fill effect and change the color. We'll do like a more subtle red, and then we'll duplicate this again, push it even more back, and then I'll change this one to this like mustard yellow. Okay, Ronald McDonald ass colors. We will do our grid flip. This grid though, it is going to be a black grid. We'll have it started rotated like this and like that. It looks fine. I think there has to be something wrong with these slide keyframes. I guess they're not fast enough. I'm gonna add light leaks to the adjustment layer and see how I like it.
Ooh, I do like it.
We're back a few hours later because my camera died. I almost forgot one of my most iconic transitions from this era, which was the butterfly across the screen. I even gave out this overlay in like an old tutorial, which is where I downloaded it from because I had no idea where to find this. So its wings should be open right at the first frame of the second clip, which it is. I think I just make it like really big. Oh my god, this quality is horrendous. But keyframing, scale, and position, and then have it fly off. Then I'm gonna add really fast speed graphs to this. Okay, I think that's good. And I think the S shake looks good, which is never the case, so I am not gonna touch that anymore. Okay, I think this clip needs to be starting with an S shake. I turn off the vertical settings for this specific shake, and I put the amplitude at like 3, so it's just horizontal. This would also look pretty good with some S glow, since the clip is so freaking dark. Like 14-year-old me was seething at the fact that this scene was so horribly lit. Gunnar at heart. Okay, let's bring it on over to a different part of the edit. This null slide, very, very simple. I actually am gonna use a null layer for this because this specific transition would be weird with blur mode curves, so no. All right, let's push it. I'll make it a fast mid graph so it like kind of mimics my old style. Yeah, if it was too smooth, it wouldn't be emo from Whoville circa 2019. And for good measure, we're gonna add some edge rays, even though this is a traumatizing effect for me now because I used to get bullied on Twitter about it. Like I say, oh, I used to get bullied for this. It was like one single instance of Twitter bullying, but I will never forget it. God, that just doesn't look good, and they had a point. Let's work on this little paper tear moment here. Okay, first we will key out the blue. Hopefully this is decent timing. It is like choppy, but I feel like that's kind of the point of the transition, and it's one of those transitions I never really liked. It just became really popular in the editing community, so I was like, what the hell, sure, I'll start using it. And then I complain like, why is it so choppy? It's like, girl, you don't have to use this, you sheep. But like, nay, or bah. That sound is also kind of triggering because it's the After Effects render fail sound. So sorry to anyone who was triggered. So while this is happening, there's like 4 really fast beats. So I have 4 clips of them. 2 of the clips, it's like they're both in the clip, but they're kind of like a little distance apart. Actually, they're not as far apart as I thought in this clip, but like that's fine, I guess. Basically, I just want you to be able to see them on either side of the screen. So that'll be at the end, but I also have 2 clips where like it's like her and then he's looking at her. We'll cut this down the approximate middle. I think that's the middle. I think I should add a shape layer that is literally just a straight line and just add like a white stroke to it. I don't know how to transition from this to this though. Like, we got the base, but maybe this can close. Hold on. Circle, close, realness. That looks so bad, I'm actually crying. Okay, here I know I want to do some like cool rotobrush moment. I don't know exactly what though. Let me pre-comp this and rotobrush it and we'll figure it out. Guys, comment down below your favorite Riverdale quote of all time. I feel like a lot of people are gonna say the epic highs and lows of college or high school football. I don't know. Some of Betty's quotes when she was in that like psych ward were really good. Anytime she said bitch, because she said it with such force. Like,
do you think I don't know that, bitch?
I know Lily Reinhart was so excited to walk into her job every day and just say bitch, bitch, bitch. And I would be too. Okay, for this I was thinking like add some blur mode curves, of course. Add keyframes for dis, and then have it start like this, like off screen, and just zoom in. And then the background will fade in. Okay, I'm gonna try ripple dissolve on this clip, the one coming out of the little butterfly movement. Sorry, British mode gets activated after a certain amount of time, I guess. Ooh, I like that. I like it. I'm gonna try adding some warp chroma to this. Ooh, well, yes. We'll have it like go out. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna mess around with more transitions and effects. I'm like halfway done-ish. I'm being generous.
Just a boy singing, she's a lady, and I am just a line without a, oh baby, I am a wreck when I'm without you. I need you here to stay, broke all my bones that day I found you. Crying at the lake, was it something I said to me?
Okay guys, what did we think of the edit? You can be honest as long as you don't hurt my feelings. I'm actually very satisfied with how it turned out. It's crazy because the last Bughead edit I made, I remember it taking me like a week and a half to make and it being like the hardest edit I've ever created. But that's because I was trying out a ton of techniques for the first time. Now that I'm used to these techniques years later, I was able to make an edit that's like a similar level of difficulty, but in like a day and a half rather than a week and a half. So I actually think this process was really cool just to see like how much more efficient I've become as an editor and how much more comfortable I am with the workflow of starting an edit from scratch and not taking 7 years to finish it. So that feels awesome. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And if there are any specific edits of mine from this era that you want to see me recreate exactly, please comment down below. I would be so down to do that. All right guys, I hope you have a great day or night wherever you are, and bye.